Welcome back to another video. Today I just wanted to show you the Cygnet Spod bucket adapter kit and how to install it and put all the accessories on, and then I'll do another video just me spotting or spomming out different particles to show you how nice this is. Basically what you get in the box, you get the three legs, three adjustable legs. You can raise the up or down, that way how high you want it. Basically the Spod bucket adapter kit, it's just to make it a lot easier when you're out spomming or spotting for a long period of time. This is probably a 2.5 gallon bucket, and that might take half hour, 40 minutes to really put out, just because you can't really put a whole lot out all at once. So instead of bending over, scooping it up and getting out of rhythm a little bit, this is going to be a waist level. Like, you can make it as high or low as you want. You have it right there. You get your Spomb or Spod, scoop it up, clip it up, fire it out, and then bring it right back in. It's the same level every time, so you don't have to keep bending over and doing it. It's right there. Your back's gonna thank you later, especially after doing a lot. There's sometimes I'll go out, I'll put a 5 gallon bucket. It might take me an hour and a half, 2 hours, just because you can't put a big load in a Spod or a Spomb. And it's just to help you out with just to get in a rhythm and to save your back, of course, because my back usually hurts till I'm all done. You're just bending over, standing up. It's almost like you're doing a workout or something. So basically, out of the box, you get 3 legs like I showed you. You get 3 brackets for on the sides. And when you look at this bracket here, you can see it's a tapered edge here. This part is actually going to go up under the lip. And then finally you get the screws. And let's see what else we got here. Basically the tools you're going to need. You're going to need a drill. Now it says 8 millimeters. I converted that over, and it's a 5/16, or what size was it there? 5/16. Yeah, 5/16 drill bit. I found that drilling through plastic's a little bit tricky. You don't want to crack it, so the best thing to do, just get a drywall screw. When we're going to put our brackets up against here, we're going to mark with a pen first, and then once we have it marked, just kind of start it with the screw a little bit. It's going to kind of make a little pilot hole for you, just so you don't slip and mess up. And you need a Phillips head screwdriver, pen, Sharpie, or whatever you have. And then I'm going to use some drywall tape. This is just going to be to go around the bucket and measure it. And of course we're going to need a tape measure as well. That way you can measure. Once we wrap the tape around, you got to measure so you can divide out equally so the legs are balanced. So let's get started here. Basically, I started out with my first bracket. I already put this on. That way I have a starting point. Just keep in mind, you don't want to put this anywhere near a handle, because the brackets are going to be out of place. Just look to make sure the lip's going to be even the whole way around. This part comes down right here on the bucket. I'll show you here real quick. See, right here, this is all even coming around, and then this part dips down. So I just started my bracket right past there a little bit. And again, I'm just using one of my buckets from my instant Spod mix. Any bucket's going to work. I just have extras of these, so that's what I'm using today. The first step is go ahead and get your drywall tape. And basically, all we're going to do is just go around the lip of the bucket here. So just try to do it even so you can get a good measurement. Like I said, we're just going around the lip of the bucket. Okay, and I'll rip that off right where it meets. And you want to get it pretty close there, that way you have an exact measurement. Okay, so right there you can see, I just went around the top of the bucket here, nothing special. And the next step, all I'm going to do, just peel this back off. And I use drywall tape because it's really easy to take off. It's not really that sticky. That way you're not going to get adhesive all over your table. And let me bring the camera over here. Okay, let me back that up there so you can see everything. Okay, we have our tape right here. All I'm going to do, get a tape measure. And we're just going to measure from end to end. And we have 3 foot. So we have 3 legs. All we got to do is divide by 3. So it's going to be 12, 12, and 12. Obviously the start of that is going to be where the other bracket is. We're going to mark 12, 24, and then the other end is going to meet back up. So we are good to go right now. All I'm going to do, pull the tape off here, and we're going to get to the center of this bracket here. So grab our tape, and we're just going to put it back on the bucket, starting from the center of the bracket. Put the tape back on, and just go the whole way around, just like we did the first time. It doesn't really have to be that perfect. It's just to give you a good guide of where to go to. So as you can see, both pieces of tape back up in the center of that bracket. And what we're going to do now is install one of the brackets so you can see how that is done. Since I have a black bucket, now if you had a light colored bucket like a green one or whatever color you have, it's easy because if all you got to do is take your bracket, put it up here, put a pencil or a Sharpie through the holes, and you're going to see the line here. Well, because I have a black bucket, I just took a piece of tape, and I'm actually going to use a pencil for this, and just line up. Make sure the tapered end is going up under the lip there. Make sure it's nice and lined up. And all I'm going to do is just draw a circle inside of the bracket here. I'll pull on the camera so you can see that step. Okay, so all I'm going to do, you see where my line is right here. I'm just going to line up my bracket here. Like I said, the tapered section, it goes under the lip. And just kind of eyeball that so it's straight up and down. Just take a pencil, go into both bolts here, and just draw with your pencil there. Then I just take a Sharpie and mark it. And that's going to be the 2 points we have. Next step, all I'm going to do is take my drywall screw. And this is just because plastic is a little bit thin. If you try with a drill bit, it might slip out. So in that hole, just go back and forth like that till you feel the point start to come through the other side, which I can feel that now with this hand right here. And then go down to the bottom, same step. Go back and forth a few times. And you can feel it come through the other side, back it out. And we have 2 pilot holes. And like I said, we have a 5/16 drill bit. And just go slow with this. There's no reason to go fast. So all we're going to do is, let me see if you see from the side here. Since we have a pilot hole, the point of this bit will go right into the pilot hole. And make sure we are lined up perfectly. You can see how fast that goes through the plastic. That's why you want the pilot hole. Just go back and forth a few times, that way there's no burrs or anything. And at this point, we're going to remove our tape. And we are good to go. Next, we're going to take our bracket, which we have. And you can see here, you already have the nut on the end. It goes inside of here. It's not, you don't need anything to tighten that up or turn it. And this goes, remember this part here is going to go down. You have some bolts that I already took out of the back. You can see I unscrewed those out of the back. All we're going to do, push our bolt through from the other side. Line it up there, just start to thread it through just slightly. Grab our other bolt and start to thread through also. That way there's just a little bit of give there, that way you know you can get perfectly lined up. And just start to screw those in. Once you get it pretty good, pretty snug, then we'll get our screwdriver. And all we're going to do, I'll actually come on the other side of this here, since I'm right-handed. All we're going to do is just press against here to hold it in place. And we're just going to snug this up really nice and tight. And this is going to make a watertight seal. Now, if you happen to fill this up with your Spod mix or Spomb mix, and you have a little bit of water leaking, just unscrew it and put a little bit of silicone, and that'll stop any leaking. Okay, so there we go. Brackets on. Okay, so we have 2 or 3 brackets on right now. I'm going to finish up the last bracket, then I'm going to show you how this sets up real quick. Okay, and here we go. We got the bucket there. I put the legs on. You have 3 legs that make like a tripod, and I have it adjusted. That way it'll be to my waist height, and I'll show you that here in a second. Okay, I just showed you it's set up here. There's 3 legs on it. They just thread into those bolts there that you saw. I have 3 brackets on here and my bucket that I used. So basically I'm going to scoop this up with my Spod or Spomb, cast it out, wind it in, scoop it up. You know, just get a nice rhythm. You know, it's waist height. You don't have to, you know, keep bending over and over again like you normally would. It's really nice, you know, especially, you know, Spomming takes it. If you're just going to bait up a spot and Spomming out, this is going to save you a lot of, you know, bending over. You know, it's definitely going to make it a lot quicker. And since you don't have to bend over, do anything, you know, like I said, you're casting out, wind in, you know, scoop it up, cast out. You don't really have to move, so you get a nice rhythm going. It should make it go a lot quicker while you're doing this. So I've been using this some already. I have another one. Took this brand new one that we could see from start to finish how to assemble everything. And then we'll show it to you out in the banks here because I do a lot of spomming. So right now I have my CC Morrison Spod mix. I have one of those buckets. And yeah, just put a lid on too. That way, you know, when you're going down to the bank, just carry this whole thing. When you get there, go ahead and just put your legs on. You know, legs only take, what, 30 seconds to put on. So, yeah, really nice setup here. And like I said, you can adjust the legs to your height. I'm pretty tall, I'm about 6'1", so I can get it to my height. You can make it lower, higher. I still have another, probably about 10 inches to go. So if you're some guy that's 7 foot high, you know, wherever you are, maybe you're an NBA player, I don't know. But you can raise this up some. So here we are, the Cygnet Spod Bucket Adapter Kit. So you can get this at Big Carp Tackle, they have this. And I'll put a link in the description below so you know where to find it at. Again, thanks for watching and plenty more videos to come.